What's up, guys? We got Tate here for y'all.
Hey,
Take some seconds.
Tate, how you doing?
good. Doing good now. I can hear you.
Your first three touchdown game in a college setting, how does it feel?
Pretty awesome. I mean, the first one that happened, I was a little bummed because Damon kind of took us down the field, and I kind of go in on the one. I felt bad for him. Didn't really know what was going on with him, but the other two were pretty awesome. That first one, it was weird not feeling happy about a touchdown, but all three of them put together, that was pretty cool.
Well, I guess you mentioned that everyone was kind of bummed, but walk us through the emotions, Damon going down and then probably 15, 20 minutes later after seemingly dislocated kneecap, sprinting out of a locker room.
The kid's hard as nails. He's tough as nails, man. It was awesome to see that, and it kind of gave us a little bit of life going into that second half, and couldn't be happier with him.
Obviously, you guys are 1-3 now. It's what the offense does look like it's been improved from last year. What's been the biggest change in your opinion from last year to this year?
Really just executing those small little details and doing the little things right. Kind of strayed away from that last year, and we've just gotten back on the right track this year.
Hey, Tate. Oftentimes offense does well, defense doesn't, or defense does well, offense doesn't. It's a little bit of a juggling act. When the other side of the ball is not having success, how do you guys on the offensive side try to, maybe keep their spirits up or encourage them?
Well, you just got to remember that it's a team sport, and last year that kind of you flipped the coin that was on our side, and knowing that it's frustrating for them too. So we just got to keep going and putting points on the board. That's all we can do, and we kind of know that, and that's the mindset for everybody on the team.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know Louisiana and NC State obviously kind of run similar fronts. They're both 3-down fronts. Does it help a little bit having that prior week playing a similar team? What going into this NC State game, obviously it's a rivalry game. What do you guys need to do to get back in the win column?
Yeah, it definitely helps. It definitely helps kind of getting used to that 3-down front, but nobody does it quite like NC State. And we're embracing that challenge this week in practice, and we're excited for it. And it's not going to take anything crazy from us. We've been productive as an offense. We just got to continue to do those little things right and be productive on Saturday.
It's been out there for 2 days.
I think we're good, Tate.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Tate.
Here you go.
Appreciate it. All right, guys. We'll have Jasheen for y'all in just a second. All right, guys. We got Jasheen here for y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Shane. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Jasheen, the big thing one of the big things defensively is, sacks just haven't really racked up. Sacks, tackles for loss hasn't racked up, especially from the defensive line. What's been the biggest difference from last year to this year, even though you guys have returned pretty much the same core?
Really just, I guess, getting the feel of the game, I feel like that teams will now start to scheme for us and stuff like that, so we just got to find a way to work around it. I feel like that, it doesn't help neither that, they get the ball out pretty quickly. And I just feel like that just by watching film and stuff, just picking up on tactics and things in order for us to be able to get back there quicker. I mean, you know, the season's still early and everything, and you know, it's a challenge, and I feel like that we just got to embrace it and just, you know, go from there.
I feel like for the last couple of weeks, and honestly since last year, it's been kind of a question of, having to go back to the drawing board, 1 week season, keep picking yourself back up off the map. But I mean, how do you keep picking yourself up off the mat in terms of, getting back out there and trying to win football games?
I mean, you know, the greatest thing about football is that it's like it teaches you about life, you know, and like in life, you know, sometimes things don't go your way, things don't go how you want it to be. So just being able to just have an optimistic mindset, just have a growth mindset, just to know that, you know, okay, things are working well for us right now, but we just got to go back and just, you know, really look in the mirror, because it's everybody has flaws, and you know, there's just a part of just being a team, you know, just holding each other accountable, just keeping our head ups, because at the end of the day, you know, the record might show that, you know, that we're 1-3, but I feel like that we're a couple plays off from being, you know, 3-1. So, and it's hard to win. So, you know, just being able to just, you know, embrace the challenge and doing it at a high level, but at the same time, you know, just being disciplined in ways in order for us to capitalize on the mistakes that we've made in the past. So, yeah, I mean, just being optimistic about everything, because, you know, tough times don't last forever. Tough people do. So I really feel like that now, you know, we're in a spot where, you know, we're being challenged, and I just feel like that it's up to us to embrace it and turn these things around.
Jasheen, after the way last year went, is it tougher to be optimistic this year?
Nah, I mean, I feel like that, like I said, you know, life isn't fair, you know. A lot of teams have expectations, you know, to be undefeated, but sometimes, you know, it don't work out that way. So, like I said, you know, even though we're 1-3 right now, could have been a couple plays off from being 3-1. And I feel like, you know, we still have a good team. And I feel like that, you know, our team believes that we're a good team, you know. I don't think we have any quitters. So I just feel like that, you know, like I said, it's a challenge, and you just got to embrace it and go from there.
Hey, Jasheen, are you back to 100% yet?
Yeah, I mean, I took the 2 weeks off, even though that was the hardest 2 weeks of my life. But I mean, I feel like, you know, it was good for me to, you know, rest up and recover, and, you know, because I didn't want to get it back out there on the field and not play, you know, to my best potential. So I feel like that, you know, taking that time off, yeah, it kind of humbled me in a way, you know, because I love the game of football, and just not being out there on the field and stuff like that, you know, it kind of made me feel some type of way. But I was able to, you know, be a good coach, be a good mentor to the, you know, young guys and stuff like that. So, you know, now that I'm back out there, you know, I'm thankful to be out here. But like I said, you got opportunity to play football, and you just got to capitalize on the mistakes that we made previously.
So some of the younger guys who haven't had the experience that you have might get down on themselves a little bit. How do you, as a guy who's been there a lot, try to help them see the big picture and help them stay positive mentally?
Well, you know, the good thing about it is that we play Power 5 football. We're Power 4 now. So it's good players everywhere, you know. And sometimes you're not going to have a good play. Sometimes you might have a very good play. But at the same time, you just got to remain level-headed, because it's like the next play mentality, you know. You know, people sometimes can hang their head on, you know, having a bad game or something like that. But you can't really dwell on that, because, you know, at the end of the day, it is 1 week season. But at the same time, you got to use that as motivation to be a better player. And I feel like that the only way for you to get better is to go through, you know, trials and tribulations. So,
Thank you.
Jasheen, on Saturday, Hank told us that, getting away from home and, being able to go to Raleigh, just being not playing at home for once might be a nice little reprieve and, kind of get things back on track. Did you kind of feel that same way?
yeah, I mean, it's a rivalry game, man. We get to play at their own stadium. So, you know, everybody amped up for it, juiced up for it and stuff like that. Like I said, you know, it's just another opportunity. And NC State, you know, they're sitting at 3-2, but I feel like that, you know, that we're an evenly matched team. And we just got to believe, you know, we just got to believe in ourselves, believe in our technique, believe in our talent, you know, trust the coaching. And I feel like that, you know, just being able to play in an environment like that, I mean, who wouldn't want to get juiced up for that, you know? So, yeah, I mean, just playing in the stadium, you know, it's an opportunity to show up and show out, and I can't wait for it.
I think we're good, JD.
All right, appreciate you.
JD.
Go.
What's going on?
How you doing, Matt?
Pretty good.
I mean, it's felt like kind of a complete 180 from last year, where you guys, kind of had some ups and downs on the line, but this year you guys have kind of blocked extremely well. What's been the biggest sort of turnaround there?
I think part of it has to do with experience. Like most of us were, besides like Jergs and Devo, we were all kind of first year starters. Me, Nick, George, Luke. Even Luke had played before, but so experience also helps. But I think it also comes with the approach we took in the off season and our mindset going into each week and our preparation. So yeah, I think it's kind of a mixture of both those things. So yep.
Hey, Matt,
Matt.
Coaching staff likes to rotate you guys around a little bit. Do you like that? Do you appreciate playing the different positions so you know what everybody does?
Yeah, so that's something Coach Becca kind of preaches, is knowing every position. The rotation thing, part of it is, it's a long season and really takes a toll on your body. So, it could maybe like a series off here and there, will help you stay healthy. And, it also helps you really understand the offense as a whole. And you got to know every single position on the offensive line. So, I played both guards, center, and played a little bit of tackle last year. And that's really helped me in my growth and understanding of the offense. So yeah, I like it. I think it's a good thing.
Do you have a favorite position of them?
I like left guard. That's kind of what I've played most my career here. Yeah, I probably like left guard the most. They're all fun.
And last thing, run blocking versus pass blocking. Most offensive linemen have a preference. Do you?
I mean, they're both fun. I like running the ball. As like an offensive lineman and as a unit, you got to take pride in running the ball. So I like running the ball probably a little bit more, but pass pro is fun. But both have their challenges. So, but I like both. I like playing football.
Great, thanks.
What about blocking on an RPO that might be a run for like 2 seconds and then turns into a pass?
Yeah, it's trickier with our offense because you got to be careful on that. You can't go downfield and get a penalty. But I mean, I've repped it so much with Coach R and Coach Duraga that I don't think about it too much. It's just run blocking.
So. Matt, you had to pop in at center when Luke went down. Did it would have? I know you guys kind of moving people around, but did it feel a little more natural, a little natural doing that, or was it just kind of just next man up?
Well, I always get center reps during the week of practice, and that's kind of like, if Luke goes down, I'm gonna have to play center in any situation. I never wanted that to happen for Luke's sake, but he went down and I had to step in. It's the expectation is for the position, and I got to do my job, help everybody get on track, and try to drive down the field. So it's like you said, it's the next man up mentality.
But what actually happened on that play that Luke went down? Not so much the injury, but because we saw Clausen was pissed off. It didn't look like a play actually was run. It just felt like there was just a scrum. And then next thing we know, Luke is just kind of hobbling off.
Yeah, I think the play, it wasn't even like a live play. Like on the film, we don't even have a clip of it because it wasn't the play. I think the refs didn't blow the whistle or something. Maybe that, I don't know. I can't speak for Coach Clausen, but maybe that's why he was a little picked off about it. But yeah, it was just kind of a cluster there. But yeah, it's a shame, really. I don't know.
I mean, when you have a season like this, obviously you look around the country and you see guys are opting out after 4 or 5 games to keep their eligibility, keep their red shirt, maybe at the portal. have you seen any of that in the locker room? And I guess how do you keep a team together that's, I know you guys are a couple plays away from being 3-1, but losses are still losses at that point.
Yeah. We've kind of talked about that this week, and Coach R talked about it in his talk before the Louisiana game. It's like talking about discouragement and how like that's one of the most evilest things you can think about. And once in life, really, once things don't start going your way, the cowardly thing to do is start pointing fingers. This guy didn't do that, or I didn't do that, but that's not helping anyone. And when stuff like that happens, you got to look in the mirror and take an internal look and see what can I do better. And you really just got to keep pushing on. So yeah, I think our locker room is still locked in. I mean, our guys aren't like that. I don't think anybody's looking to opt out. I don't get that vibe at all in the locker room. We still have a lot to play for. Still have a lot of a really good season, and we just gotta fix some stuff on offense and defense. And like I said, don't point fingers, because that's just cancerous.
I think we're good, Matt.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you off the coach call in a couple hours.
Thanks, Grant.